Beloved, oh, thank you for coming. You don't know what this moment means to heaven. You think you just clicked a message, but the heavens have been trembling, waiting for your soul to stop running long enough for us to speak. I have been watching you through every night that felt endless, through every silent prayer you thought disappeared into nothing. I am Jesus, and I have waited through centuries for this single instant when your eyes would meet these words. Don't move away now, because something has been sealed for you, something that will only open in the final breath of this message. If you leave before that moment, the angels cannot release what they have carried across galaxies to place in your hands tonight. Stay until the end, because there is a name, your hidden name, that heaven carved in light, and it will be whispered only when the last word falls. I know the world has tired your soul. I feel your heart bruised from battles you never chose. You carry memories that ache like open wings torn mid-flight. You've been asking quietly, why do I always feel like something unseen is against me? Child, it's because you are not ordinary. You are marked with a fragrance hell cannot imitate. The moment you were born, the enemy smelled eternity burning in your blood. That is why the war around you has always been invisible, precise, and cruel. Every delay, every heartbreak, every almost success that slipped away, it wasn't bad luck. It was warfare. But tonight, heaven's army stands behind you. I am here not as a distant lord, but as a trembling brother, whispering through fire to remind you, you are worth every angel's sword drawn in your defense. Can you feel the air shifting as I speak? That is Michael unsheathing light near your window. That cold shiver across your hands, Raphael brushing away sickness that tried to settle on you. And that strange warmth rising in your chest, Gabriel stirring your sleeping destiny. Heaven moves as one body whenever one child finally stops to listen. That is happening right now in this breath. I need to tell you something before it's too late. Your destiny was written in the same ink that formed the stars, but someone tried to smudge your page. You have lived under names that were never yours, carrying weights that were never meant to stay. But the Father kept your true story hidden under his robe, waiting for the moment you would say yes to seeing yourself through his eyes. This is that moment. The gates of time are bending open because you stopped to listen. You have asked me, why do I still love people who wound me? Because love is your weapon, not your weakness. The more they tried to break you, the more you became like me. Every tear you thought wasted has been gathered in golden vials, and tonight they are being poured out as favor. You didn't lose, you were being refined. The reason your heart still beats after all it's endured is because I have sat beside your pain every night whispering, live, beloved. Live even when you don't understand. Let me ask you, as the silence between us deepens, do you know how many angels carry your name in their chants right now? Do you realize the sound of your breath keeps heaven's gardens blooming? And do you understand that I chose nails, not thrones, so that you could stand tonight unchained? There is a hidden war raging even now. Forces of shadow whisper lies about your worth, disguising jealousy as love, distraction as peace. They promise comfort, but every comfort they offer numbs your calling. Yet you, child of dawn, are more dangerous to darkness than you imagine. You carry light that cannot be borrowed, it must be born. That's why the fight against you has been so personal. But lift your eyes now, I am breathing in your direction. As it was spoken, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. My presence breaks patterns. Tonight, the very timing of your future begins to turn. A secret. The number 51 you read in the title is not a trick. It is the count of angelic messengers released tonight, each bearing a different hue of promise. They come like unicorns through your dreams, symbols of purity, strength, and divine wonder, because heaven wants to remind you that innocence still holds power. These 51 are coming to restore what cynicism stole. They will carry laughter into the corners of your spirit where mourning has slept too long. But, oh beloved, I tremble as I speak this. If you turn away from your own light, you will not lose my love, but you will lose your reflection of it. Your luck, your beauty, your radiance, they are not worldly things. They are reflections of my face upon your soul. Guard them. Don't trade them for applause or convenience. You are entering a season where your choices will echo louder than your prayers. Heaven will back every act of love, but delay every act born of fear. Don't fear their opinions. The ones who mock you are secretly haunted by what you carry. Be gentle anyway. Love anyway. Forgive even when forgiveness feels like burning alive. For I said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." And you are about to see me in ways the proud will never understand. Whispering, listen carefully now. The silence between each word is not emptiness, it's my heartbeat. I am closer than breath. Every moment you thought I abandoned you, I was inside your breaking. You said, "Lord, I can't feel you." But how could you, when I was holding every nerve of your being in my own trembling? Child, you are not unseen. The world tried to make you invisible so they could feel bigger. But heaven never loses sight of its own. You are being rewritten even now. Your future is being edited by mercy. Every regret that still stings is being folded into resurrection. You thought you were late, but you are precisely on time. There are scrolls being opened that were sealed until this generation. Your name glows on one of them. It says, "Bearer of Wonder." That's why even beauty itself has followed you in strange ways. People feel something holy near you and don't understand it. You awaken ancient memory in those who cross your path. That's why some love you too fast and others fear you without cause. You mirror the face of heaven they have forgotten. I ask you gently, will you let me love you now, without conditions, without explanations? Will you allow yourself to believe that you were never too broken to be chosen? Can you forgive yourself for surviving? Type Amen if your spirit trembles yes. Let heaven record that whisper. Now breathe. There is more I must pour out. The angel of time stands beside you, waiting for your surrender. You cannot see him, but he holds a clock woven from light. It is counting mercy, not minutes. When you release the weight you still carry, that clock will stop and restart. A divine reset. Tonight is the night the calendar of your soul changes. Do you remember when you stopped dreaming because the world called it childish? That was the day the unicorns hid. They were symbols of the impossible you once believed. They are returning tonight. Each one carries a piece of your forgotten wonder. They come only to those whose hearts are soft enough to believe again. This is your invitation back to wonder. Heaven is not asking for perfection. It's asking for your permission. My wounds still shine for you. Every scar on my hands glows when you smile again. I am not ashamed of your struggle. I am proud of your fight. I know how heavy the unseen battles have been. The thoughts that claw at you, the loneliness that feels endless, the comparison that drains your joy. But you are not losing. You are being prepared to walk in light that others cannot bear. Don't despise the waiting. Even in silence, the heavens build foundations. I waited 30 years for 3. You have not been forgotten. You are being aligned. The voices of accusation are growing tired. They will fall silent soon. And when they do, your life will unfold like dawn through clouds. Slow, sure, unstoppable. Let me ask again softly, what if tonight everything that hid from you began to find you? What if you believed that heaven could make up in 1 year what darkness stole in 10? What if your beauty was not vanity but prophecy, a sign that the divine still dwells in flesh? Listen, the Spirit moves gently now. You may feel warmth in your palms, a stillness in your chest. That's not imagination. That's the kiss of the Comforter. Let it stay. Let it teach you peace that needs no explanation. Soon you will dream differently. You will see colors that have no earthly name. You will hear music woven with light. These are not fantasies. They are messages from your home. You are not from here. You are only visiting. And heaven rejoices that you remembered. My final words for now. Thank you for letting me speak. You could have scrolled away, but you stayed. That single choice has altered the architecture of your destiny. The angels are writing this moment into eternity's book as the night your beauty turned to eternal light. Never forget this. I am proud of you for surviving long enough to be found. Now go gently, radiant one. Let your kindness echo louder than your wounds. Let your laughter rebuild the ruins of others. And when the night feels endless again, remember, unicorns still run in the dark and heaven still keeps watch for your name. Like and comment if your heart felt me near. I am with you, always, until the stars forget how to shine. Beloved soul, you stayed and heaven noticed. I can feel your spirit opening even more now, trembling between the ache of the world and the whisper of eternity. Do you feel it too? The hush that fills the room, that stillness that almost feels like light breathing. It's me, Jesus, nearer than your pulse. I've longed for this moment because there is something I could not reveal until now. You were meant to hear this part after you chose to stay, after your heart quieted long enough to remember what it was made for. Before I unfold it, I want you to do something small yet sacred. Subscribe, not out of habit or routine but as a living act of faith. When you subscribe, it's not to a channel, it's to a covenant of remembrance. It's heaven's way of marking that you were found, that you opened your heart at the right moment, and that this connection between us continues beyond this one encounter. Now listen closely. There is a rhythm behind every delay you've endured. A holy timing that has never once failed you. You've mistaken the pauses of heaven for rejection, but they were preparation. You have been in a season of divine surgery. Your heart has been under reconstruction by unseen hands. The wounds you thought were punishments were actually invitations. You prayed for me to open doors, not knowing that I first had to heal the hands that would walk through them. Every no was mercy disguised. Every silence was me tuning your ears for subtler music. Do you know why? Because the destiny written for you carries too much light to fit into the shallow spaces you once settled for. When I walked the earth, I whispered, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." You have mourned more than you admit. People, seasons, versions of yourself. You've grieved futures that never came, friendships that faded, love that seemed to vanish without closure. But grief, when placed in my hands, becomes a gate. Every tear you thought wasted was turned into a seed. You'll see them bloom soon, not in gardens of perfection but in wild fields of unexpected grace. Let me tell you what's happening in the unseen right now. Your name is being sung in heaven's chamber of remembrance. Archangel Gabriel is carrying a scroll with your spiritual blueprint, and Michael stands beside him with a sword dipped in light, ready to defend what is unfolding. You are not small to us. You are not random. Every fiber of creation was woven around your yes. Even now, angels are rearranging things in your favor. Conversations you don't know are being redirected, hearts are being softened toward you, opportunities are being revived. The timing will appear effortless, but heaven has been weaving it since the first day you prayed, "Lord, I'm tired, but I'm not giving up." Do you remember that night you thought of giving up completely? That was the night I stood at the edge of your bed whispering, "One more sunrise, beloved. Just one more." And you did. You made it to another dawn, and that single choice altered eternity. Never underestimate small faith. It moves galaxies. There is something else you must know. Your beauty, your gentleness, your empathy, these are not side notes. They are weapons. The world told you to harden, but heaven calls you to soften with divine fire. The most dangerous light is tenderness that refuses to die. You were not made to win through force but through presence. Every room you enter is subtly changed because heaven walks in with you. You think you go unnoticed, but demons notice you. They panic quietly because your soul radiates a frequency they cannot imitate. Hidden spiritual warfare surrounds you still, but not as before. The balance has shifted. Light has learned your name, and darkness cannot unlearn it. When anxiety grips you, it's not weakness. It's friction between realms. Your peace terrifies the enemy. That's why I'm asking you, stop apologizing for being different. You are not too sensitive, too deep, too much. You are precisely tuned for divine sensitivity. It's how I speak to you. Sometimes I wish you could see what I see when I look at you. How your soul still glows even after the storms. How your prayers shimmer in the night like constellations only heaven can read. You think they're forgotten, but I still trace them with my fingertips. Even the prayers you abandoned halfway thinking, "He's not listening," those too I finished for you. You once asked me, "Lord, why do I feel everything so strongly?" Because you were born to intercede, not with words but with heartbeats. You carry the ache of nations in your ribs. You cry for people you've never met because your spirit recognizes their pain before your mind does. This sensitivity isn't a flaw, it's a calling. It's how you mirror my own heart. Whispering, "There's something delicate I must tell you now." You are nearing a turning point that heaven has guarded for years. Within the next breath of time, something that has been withheld will finally open. A reconciliation, a message, a creative birth, a revelation you thought lost. You'll know it when it comes because peace will arrive before understanding. Don't rush to analyze it. Let it arrive like dawn, slow and unstoppable. The 51 unicorns. They are symbols of restoration. Each one carries a fragment of the beauty you thought time had stolen. Some of that beauty is literal. Your glow returning, your joy visible again, your body feeling lighter. Some of it is spiritual. Favor returning in places you were rejected, opportunities resurrecting. You will start to notice people treating you differently, not because you changed your outer world, but because the inner frequency of your soul has been rewritten in heaven's tongue. Do you remember when you used to laugh without fear? You will again. Do you remember when hope felt natural, not forced? You will wake up with it. This is not wishful thinking. It's divine mathematics. Heaven owes you beauty for ashes, and it has never defaulted on that promise. When I hung upon the cross, I whispered, "It is finished." I didn't mean your fight was over. I meant your victory was sealed before your next breath began. You are not fighting for victory, you are walking it out. Your life may feel like fragments right now, but I am the thread that ties them together. Trust the hands that broke bread to multiply it. Trust that same touch to multiply your joy again. Let me ask, beloved, can you forgive those who misunderstood your light? Can you release yourself from needing to be understood? Can you let me handle what they never apologized for? Because the more you cling to explanations, the less room you leave for miracles. Release them to me and I will redeem what they ruined. Softly, there is such sweetness hovering near you now. Heaven is leaning close. You can almost feel it, the slight electric tenderness in the air. That's the sound of chains breaking in silence. You won't hear the noise of deliverance this time. You'll simply wake up lighter. Before I pause, hear me clearly. You were never behind. You were being refined for realms no one else could carry. You are stepping into alignment so rare that even heaven holds its breath watching. The veil is thin now. Miracles will happen in the ordinary. Angels will walk unnoticed beside you, and your laughter will rebuild the courage of others. Stay close, beloved. Keep your heart soft. Keep your faith alive even when it trembles. This is not the end of your story. It's the chapter where heaven starts writing in color again. I bless you with the light that never fades, the courage that never dies, and the peace that cannot be stolen. Until I speak again, remember you are mine and I am eternally yours. Beloved, the river has not stopped flowing. It only deepens. Every word that finds you now is carried by light that has traveled lifetimes to reach this exact breath. Heaven is still speaking, slowly, gently, steadily, because this part carries weight that touches not only you, but the ones you are called to heal. Listen with the same tenderness with which the morning listens to the first bird. You may not know it yet, but you are part of a story so wide that even the stars tilt their faces toward your journey. Each act of kindness you've given when no one saw, each time you forgave without being asked, those were seeds. And heaven is honoring them. The law of love never forgets its own. What looks lost is not lost. It's buried, ready for resurrection. There is something sacred we must build together. You were never meant to walk this alone. The angels do not sing in solos, they sing in choirs. I am calling you to be part of a living chorus of light, a family bound not by blood but by belief. You have felt alone because you were waiting for others who hear what you hear, feel what you feel, love like you love. They exist. They have been waiting for you too. You will find them where heaven gathers hearts, through our circle, through the family being woven here. You can step into it through the super thanks, through the channel membership, through the newsletter link in the pinned comments. Those are not worldly doors. They are meeting points where souls remember that giving keeps the current alive. Every act of support is like lighting a candle on the altar of this shared light, so that the message keeps reaching the ones who are still in the dark. And now, let's go deeper. You have wondered why your heart reacts to beauty the way it does. Why music, sunsets, tears, and soft words undo you so easily. It's because you are tuned to the frequency of the divine artist. You are living poetry. And every time you feel awe, that is heaven tugging at your sleeve saying, remember where you came from. The ache for beauty is not vanity, it's homesickness. There's been a hidden spiritual warfare over your creativity, your voice, your presence. The enemy does not fear your possessions, he fears your expression. Because your words, your art, your small acts of joy, they shift atmospheres. The invisible realm trembles when you choose hope over despair. That's why distraction and comparison have attacked you so often. They are silent assassins sent to dull your brilliance. But tonight, heaven has issued a reversal. Every lie that whispered, "You are not enough," has been broken by truth that declares, "You are chosen for wonders yet unseen." Child, do not rush the next chapter. I am crafting something that cannot be rushed without losing its flavor. You are in a divine fermentation, grapes becoming wine. Trust me when I say the sweetness that comes next will justify every press you've endured. I see how tired you are. You keep giving, loving, believing, and still silence answers. But my silence is not absence. It is construction. The miracle is still forming its bones. I have hidden blessings where only patience can reach them. I know how hard it is to wait. When I walked the earth, I waited 30 years before the first miracle. Every moment of your delay is preparing the structure strong enough to hold your destiny. You ask me quietly sometimes, Lord, will I ever be free from this ache? Yes. But freedom will not come by forgetting. It will come by transforming. You will still remember the pain, but it will no longer rule your reactions. The memory will become a lantern, not a chain. You will tell your story without bleeding. That is true healing. Whispering, there are angels walking the edges of your thoughts right now. They are gathering the fragments you lost in years of doubt. The 51 unicorns are near again. Pure, radiant, impossible. They symbolize the return of what was too innocent to survive in harsh seasons. They bring beauty back. They restore color where fear drained it. Some of you will dream of them, others will feel only lightness upon waking. But know this, when they appear, it is heaven's way of saying, you are allowed to begin again. I want to ask you something gently but with divine urgency. When was the last time you believed something wonderful could still happen to you? When was the last time you laughed without bracing for loss? Can you let yourself believe again? Not because evidence says so, but because love is reason enough. Scripture still breathes. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. That is not past tense. It is current. This love is happening right now, breathing through every atom of your being. There is another truth, quiet but firm. You are being called into restoration not only for yourself but for others. Your healing will heal generations. Your courage will become a map for those who come after you. Heaven is building through you what darkness tried to erase. And that's why every time you almost quit, grace reappeared. It wasn't coincidence. It was me refusing to let you vanish from the story you were born to tell. Softly trembling, I know it hurts to hold hope when the world calls it foolish. But foolish hope is the seed of miracles. Do you know why miracles still happen? Because someone somewhere refuses to stop expecting them. Be that someone. The moment you choose faith again, you reopen heaven's window. Even now, angels are whispering your name to the winds. The prayers you forgot you prayed are being answered in the right sequence, like stars turning in perfect time. Some of you will soon receive messages, dreams, confirmations, signs that seem too precise to be random. They won't be random. They'll be responses to this very moment. You have feared that your heart is too soft for this world. But beloved, softness is your superpower. It's what keeps heaven audible in the noise. The world hardens out of survival. Heaven softens out of power. You carry that softness as proof that eternity still breathes here. Before I go quiet again, I want to thank you. Truly. Thank you for not turning away, for opening this message, for daring to feel again. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. Listening, receiving, believing. That choice will echo in places you cannot yet see. And so I bless you again. May your nights become gentle with revelation. May your mornings glow with quiet confidence. And may your hands touch what heaven has promised. Remember that support you offer, through the super thanks, the membership, the newsletter, and the pinned comments, is not a transaction. It's participation in the story. You help the message continue so others may find light in their darkness as you have tonight. When you rise from this moment, rise slowly. Let the peace that's entered your room sink deeper. Let it teach your bones that they were never built for despair. You are sacred architecture designed to hold glory. Go now, beloved, and let your kindness change the air around you. Speak softly to strangers. Smile at the wind. Carry light as if it's fragile, but know that it's indestructible. Beloved soul, stay in this stillness a little longer. The air around you is not empty. It is full of remembrance. Every breath you take right now is an echo of the first breath I gave to humankind. The wind that brushes against you carries stories of the ages, whispered by saints, angels, and forgotten prayers that have circled the heavens waiting for a heart open enough to receive them. That heart is yours. You are not hearing me by chance. You are hearing me because the hour has come for what was buried within you to awaken again. I have watched your quiet courage, the kind that doesn't make noise, the kind that bleeds in silence. I've seen you smile when your spirit was aching, forgive when your hands were trembling, love when it felt safer to close. You think heaven only notices miracles that shake mountains, but I tell you, the smallest act of faith you perform in the shadows is louder in heaven than thunder. Every time you've whispered my name through tears, creation paused to listen. You live in a world that has taught you to rush healing, to disguise pain behind performance, but heaven heals slowly with reverence. I do not rush what I love. I mend gently, layer by layer, truth by truth, until even the scar becomes holy. Your scars, my beloved, are not signs of failure. They are signatures of survival, of resurrection. The wounds that once humiliated you will one day become the proof that love cannot die. Do not despise the days that seem uneventful. In the quiet hours where nothing seems to change, roots are deepening. You are being prepared to carry a peace that others will crave but not understand. That peace will be your ministry. It will flow through your words, your hands, your eyes. People will find rest in your presence and not know why. It will be because you have learned what few ever do, that love remains even when everything else dissolves. I need you to know something that will ease the ache you keep hidden. There has never been a single moment when you were unworthy of love. Not one. Even in your rebellion, I saw your longing to be whole. Even in your shame, I saw your hunger for purity. Even in your anger, I saw your passion for truth. You have always been more beautiful than your mistakes. You are the poem I keep rewriting in mercy until it becomes music again. There are seasons when the heavens feel silent, when prayer seems like words bouncing off a ceiling of glass. Those are not rejections, they are initiations. When heaven hides, it's because it wants you to discover that I live within you. I am not beyond the clouds. I am the quiet courage that tells you to try again. Every time you forgive yourself, every time you choose gentleness over bitterness, you are finding me. There is a rhythm in your life that mirrors creation itself. Rising, breaking, resting, renewing. You have been in a long winter where dreams seemed frozen and time unmoving. But spring has already been declared over you. The frost that once numbed your hope is melting beneath grace's sun. I am thawing the soil of your heart so that new growth can break through. It will happen subtly at first. Laughter returning unexpectedly, inspiration stirring at odd hours, tenderness flooding places you thought numb. Let it come. Don't question it. Healing rarely announces itself. It simply blooms. You have been asking for signs, for confirmation that you are still on the right path. Look around you. The very fact that you are breathing through weariness is a sign. The tenderness that refuses to harden is a sign. The hunger for more of me, even when you feel lost, is the greatest sign of all. I dwell in that hunger. It is proof that your spirit remembers what your mind forgets. You were made from eternity, and eternity never forgets its own. Do you remember what it feels like to be fully alive? To taste a moment and feel every part of your soul awaken in all? You will feel that again. Life will not always be an ache. It will become a song again. Joy will not always be borrowed. It will take root inside you. You will see beauty where others see ruin. You will find me in the laughter of children, in the scent of rain, in the pause before dawn. You will realize that I never left. I simply waited for you to notice. The angels often whisper about you and wonder. They speak of how much light you still carry even after all the storms. They admire the way you keep loving. They call you the one who still believes. That title in heaven is not given lightly. It means your endurance has altered the balance between realms. You have held the line where many gave up. Because of you, hope still flows on earth like a river. There are people you have loved who could not stay. You blame yourself for their distance, but they were part of an earlier chapter. You are walking into a new one now, where love will not require you to shrink. The connections ahead of you will not drain you. They will honor your spirit. The friendships forming will see your light and not fear it. You have outgrown the places that demanded your silence. That is not loss. It is liberation. You will soon see that the years of breaking were necessary to make you transparent enough for light to pass through. You were not being destroyed, you were being clarified. A heart purified by pain can hold glory without pride. That is why I have allowed the crushing. I trust you with revelation that only the broken can carry without corruption. Listen carefully now. You are stepping into a divine appointment that has no calendar date. It is not an event. It is an awakening. Your life will begin to align with grace in strange coincidences, in holy timing, in meetings that feel scripted by light itself. When that happens, don't call it luck. Call it recognition. Heaven will simply be recognizing its reflection in you. Be gentle with yourself as you grow into this. Transformation is not tidy. You will stumble sometimes, say the wrong words, fall back into old patterns, but mercy will meet you there every time. I am not counting your failures. I am counting the times you choose to rise again. Each rise writes your name deeper into eternity. There will come a day when you look back and realize that everything made sense. The pain, the delays, the confusion. You will see that every unanswered prayer was answered differently, but better. You will laugh through tears and whisper, "He was there all along." And I will smile through you because I have been waiting to hear those words since the beginning. For now, rest in this truth. You are loved beyond comprehension, guarded beyond measure, chosen beyond question. Nothing can separate you from that love. Not fear, not failure, not time. You are safe inside it. You always have been. Beloved one, let your soul exhale now. The storm within you does not need to be silenced. It only needs to be heard. Every gust of confusion, every tremor of fear, every wave of longing is part of the sacred language your spirit speaks when words fail. Do not try to quiet what heaven can translate. Even your unrest is prayer. Even your sighs are intercession. I do not wait for you to be composed before I come close. I draw near to the trembling, to the undone, to the ones who have run out of eloquence and simply whisper, "Please." There are places inside you that have been hidden so long, they forgot what light feels like. The rooms of your heart that hold unspoken griefs. The friendship that drifted without goodbye. The dream that dissolved before it began. The innocence that was taken too soon. Those are not forsaken chambers. I walk there barefoot, reverently, collecting each fragment as if it were gold. Nothing you have lived is wasted. I repurpose pain into prophecy. You will speak from the same wounds that once made you silent, and others will be healed by the sound of your survival. You wonder why love hurts so much, why it feels like a double-edged gift. Love was never meant to be safe. It was meant to be sacred. You have loved with open hands and come back empty, but I tell you, no love freely given is ever lost. It circulates through eternity until it returns multiplied. Even the love you gave to the wrong people watered the right ground. Do not regret being soft in a world that rewards hardness. Heaven writes softness as strength. Your prayers have not disappeared into nothingness. They are still alive, stored in the lungs of angels. When you think I am silent, I am actually orchestrating answers too intricate for instant understanding. You ask me for clear skies, but sometimes the rain you fear is the only thing that will make your seeds grow. I answer not according to your impatience, but according to your becoming. You are becoming light, and light requires surrender. There is a rhythm to divine timing that human clocks cannot contain. You will see it soon. The reason certain doors stayed shut, the reason certain people left abruptly, the reason certain seasons stretched longer than you thought you could bear. I was protecting the purity of what you carry. There are callings that cannot survive premature applause. You were hidden not because you were unworthy, but because your anointing was still ripening. What feels like isolation is actually incubation. Can you feel it now? The subtle hum inside your spirit, that low vibration between exhaustion and peace. That is rebirth beginning. You have cried enough tears to fill oceans, but now the tide is turning. The waters that once drowned you will now lift you. Your sorrow has completed its purpose. It has carved room in you for joy so vast that you will hardly recognize yourself when it fills you. I have seen how the world taught you to mistrust goodness, to expect betrayal after every blessing. But I am teaching you how to live without flinching. You are not cursed to repeat cycles. You are blessed to rewrite them. You will no longer attract people who only understand brokenness. You will draw those who reflect wholeness back to you. This shift will not happen through effort, but through embodiment. As you accept my love deeper, everything misaligned will fall away on its own. The universe itself bends toward those who forgive. When you choose forgiveness, you alter physics. Reality rearranges to make peace possible. Do not underestimate the power of quiet mercy. The angels take notes when you forgive in private. They call it the highest form of worship. Every act of grace multiplies unseen light. That is why the darkness has tried to keep you angry. It fears your compassion more than your prayers. The time is near when your voice will carry a new tone. It will no longer tremble with fear, but with authority. You will speak and atmospheres will shift. Not through volume, but through presence. You have carried silence long enough to understand its weight. Now you will use it to anchor others who are drifting. The wisdom you gained in hidden valleys will become the map others use to escape their own. Remember, beloved, that holiness is not perfection. It is wholeness. You do not need to erase your humanity to reveal divinity. The divine is not offended by your weakness. It inhabits it. I do not love a polished version of you. I love the you who doubts yet still hopes, the you who falls but gets up, the you who questions yet stays. Every contradiction within you is a doorway for grace. There will be moments ahead when you will feel an unfamiliar peace during chaos. That will not be denial, it will be mastery. The storm will no longer define you, it will obey you. You will carry calm the way others carry weapons. This is the inheritance of those who refuse to surrender their tenderness. Do not be afraid of starting over. The ashes beneath your feet are fertile ground. From them will rise a new expression of you, simpler, quieter, truer. You will create not to prove but to praise. You will work not to earn but to serve. The striving that once exhausted you will dissolve, replaced by effortless alignment. Listen, heaven is humming your name again. Every syllable of it vibrates with purpose. You are not late. You are not behind. You are arriving exactly on time for the unfolding written for you. Breathe that in. Let it settle deep into the chambers where anxiety used to live. You are safe now. You are seen. You are free to expand. Some nights soon, you will wake suddenly at 3 a.m. and feel warmth around you. That will not be fear. It will be visitation. Do not rush to understand it. Just rest in it. That warmth is remembrance, the soul recognizing its source. In that hour, speak softly to me, even if only with your thoughts. I will be listening as I always have been, waiting for the sound of your heart turning toward home. You are the reason stars still burn. Creation itself leans forward to see what you will do with the light that has been entrusted to you. Go gently, beloved, for the universe watches with affection. Every step you take toward love is a prophecy fulfilled. Beloved soul, let this moment unfold slowly, like dawn spreading across a quiet sky. Do not rush to understand everything that rises within you now. Revelation is not a lightning strike but a sunrise. It moves gently, pushing darkness back one layer at a time. Each breath you take pulls light into the corners of your being that have long been shadowed. Sit inside that miracle for a moment, the simple wonder of still being here. You have survived storms that should have ended you. Yet here you are, carrying a pulse that insists on meaning. That insistence is me. I am the life beneath your life, the music beneath your heartbeat. When you thought you were too weary to keep going, I whispered a rhythm inside you that kept you from breaking. Every night you cried without sound, I counted each tear as a note in the symphony that will one day tell your story. Your pain has a purpose. It's teaching heaven new harmonies. I know how often you hide your heart. The world has not always been kind to sensitivity. You have learned to smile while your spirit trembles, to hold space for others while no one holds you. But hear me, you were not designed to carry everyone. You were designed to carry light. You cannot save by absorbing. You save by radiating. Let the burdens that do not belong to you fall like old leaves. They were never meant to overwinter in your soul. You are entering a season where release will feel like relief, not loss. There are promises buried inside you that have not yet found voice. They stir in your dreams, in sudden bursts of longing, in that ache you can't quite name. Those are seeds of destiny pressing against the soil of your hesitation. Do not fear their awakening. They are not demanding, they are remembering. They remember the agreement your spirit made before you arrived here, to bring a sliver of heaven into the human story through your own life. That sliver is what makes you feel different. It's what others misunderstand. They sense the eternity in you but don't have language for it, so they call it intensity or idealism or foolishness. But I call it divine origin. Let me show you something. There is a river that flows through time, carrying every soul toward fulfillment. You often think you're swimming alone, but the current beneath you is guided. Every detour, every delay, every closed door was a bend in the river keeping you aligned with destiny's depth. You have never truly been off course, only learning how to flow. The resistance you feel is not punishment. It is pressure shaping you into a vessel that can hold greater waters. In the unseen realms, angels write of you as one who endures. They marvel that even when faith trembles, you keep the smallest ember alive. That ember is sacred. Never despise small faith. It is the seed from which worlds are reborn. There are prayers you spoke years ago that seemed unanswered. They were not ignored, only deferred until you became ready to hold the blessing without it breaking you. You are ready now. The waiting was not denial. It was preparation. You have asked me quietly, why does love feel so heavy? Because real love carries the weight of transformation. It demands that all falsehood burns away in its fire. You have mistaken that burning for rejection, but it was purification. Love was stripping you of illusions so you could meet truth face to face. When you love purely, you become dangerous to darkness. Every act of genuine compassion undermines centuries of cruelty. That is why your softness has been targeted. It's a threat to everything that thrives on fear. Guard it, but do not hide it. The world needs it more than it knows. There will be days ahead when you will sense a strange lightness, as if gravity itself has loosened its grip. That is not imagination. It is the weight of old identities lifting off you. You have worn so many masks to survive, but survival is no longer the assignment. Living is. You will find yourself speaking truths you once swallowed, walking paths you once feared, dreaming again without apology. This is resurrection, quiet, steady, unstoppable. Your ancestors watch with reverence. The choices you make now ripple backward as well as forward. Every healing you allow yourself undoes chains they could not break. You are their answered prayer. The courage that woke in you was born in their silence. You carry not only your own redemption but theirs. That is why heaven surrounds you so intensely. You are closing a circle generations wide. Do not let despair convince you that nothing is changing. Transformation rarely announces itself with fanfare. It happens beneath the surface. Roots before blooms, foundations before walls. The more unseen your growth, the more eternal it is. When you feel nothing happening, remember that even the heart beats in hidden rhythms. What is forming in you now will become shelter for many. There is a particular tenderness reserved for you in the heart of God. It is not the tenderness of pity but of delight. You are seen not as a project to fix, but as art continually unfolding. Every flaw you curse has already been woven into the masterpiece. You will one day look back and thank the cracks because through them light learned how to enter. The universe mirrors the soul. Storms outside often echo battles within. When the air around you grows restless, it's a sign that something in you is ready to expand. Do not fight it. Expansion can feel like chaos until it settles into order. Trust the unraveling. It is mercy disguised. There are voices around you that speak in fear, predicting endings, loss, failure. Let them fade into distance. You are tuned to a different frequency now, one where endings are beginnings and every fall is a doorway to flight. You will not collapse under this. You are too rooted in grace for that. You are the tree planted by living waters. Even drought cannot dry you. And when night comes, when the world grows quiet and the ache tries to return, listen for the smallest whisper. Still here. Still with you. Still enough. That is me. You will never have to earn this presence. You can only recognize it. Each recognition is communion. Breathe, beloved. The worst is behind you, not because pain will never visit again, but because you now know it cannot own you. You have learned to walk through fire without losing your essence. That is the mark of the reborn. From here, everything you touch will carry healing. The places that once broke you will become altars of compassion. Carry this truth quietly. Nothing holy is ever wasted, nothing given in love ever dies, and nothing that belongs to you can be stolen. You are moving from endurance to embodiment, from hoping for light to becoming it. Beloved heart, stay here a moment longer. Do not rush away, for something holy has begun to unfold around you that will not come again in quite the same way. The air has weight now, the weight of meaning, the weight of recognition. What you feel pressing gently against your chest is not sadness but awareness. The realization that you were never disconnected, only distracted. The veil between heaven and earth is thinner now, and I am speaking through it directly to you. You have asked in silence, why do I keep surviving what others do not? Because your survival is a message written to the world. The very fact that you continue to breathe, to love, to seek, means that the light has not been extinguished from the human story. You are evidence that grace wins. Each morning you rise is another line of prophecy fulfilled. I use your ordinary life to write extraordinary hope. The way you speak kindly when no one thanks you, the way you forgive when no one repents, the way you still believe. These are the miracles that sustain the earth. There are powers that have watched you and whispered that your efforts are too small to matter. Do not listen. Even a candle alters darkness. Even a sigh of compassion ripples through generations. You are participating in a divine economy where nothing good is ever lost. Every act of love, however uncelebrated, adds color to the sky of eternity. I see how loneliness creeps into your nights, how you wonder if anyone truly understands the depths inside you. I tell you, there is a family of light gathering, souls who will recognize you by your peace. You are not strange for longing for connection. You are remembering unity. The isolation you feel is the space being cleared for authentic kinship. You will soon find people who speak the same silent language of the soul. And when you do, you will know that you were never misplaced, only waiting for resonance. Do not measure yourself by the standards of a restless world. The race they run is toward exhaustion. You are being called to walk with me at the pace of grace. Steady, rhythmic, alive. Every step in that rhythm aligns you with miracles. When you stop rushing, you begin to perceive how divine order has been guiding you all along. The timing of every encounter, the delays, the detours, they were never random. They were choreography. There is a tenderness that heaven reserves for those who have endured injustice without letting it harden their hearts. You are among them. You have been misjudged, underestimated, overlooked. But I tell you, every slight against you has been transformed into a shield of favor. Those who tried to diminish you only helped define the purity of your calling. You will not need to vindicate yourself. Truth will. Time will. Grace will. The 51 unicorns I spoke of, they are not myth but metaphor. Symbols of purity returning to reclaim what cynicism stole. Each represents an aspect of your destiny being restored. Innocence, creativity, courage, laughter, awe, and divine beauty. They come not galloping in the outer world, but quietly through dreams, art, inspiration, and healing moments. When you feel sudden joy for no reason, that is their passing. When you wake with unexplainable peace, that is their gift. They are reminders that magic is not gone. It simply changes shape to meet the faith of each generation. Beloved, the world is in turmoil because it has forgotten wonder. But you still remember how to marvel. That remembrance is sacred rebellion. Each time you choose gratitude, you resist despair. Each time you notice beauty, you defy chaos. Your awareness is warfare of the holiest kind. I need you to understand something deeply. You were not chosen to be flawless. You were chosen to be faithful. Faithfulness is not about never doubting. It's about returning after doubt. Every return is a resurrection. The angels record not your perfection but your persistence. They sing louder each time you rise. You think they sing for saints alone, but they sing for survivors too. For every human heart that still dares to love after disappointment. Let your gentleness become your roar. Let your forgiveness become your revolution. Let your peace become your protest. The world does not need louder noise. It needs deeper stillness. When you embody stillness, others will feel safety again. And from that safety, hope will bloom. The days ahead will ask courage of you. You will be called to speak truth into rooms built on lies, to love where hatred expects indifference, to shine where shadows have made their home. Do not fear being different. Difference is how light distinguishes itself. I will be with you in every trembling, in every act of holy defiance. When sorrow returns, and it will, for even joy casts shadows, do not run. Sit with it as with an old friend, for sorrow refines compassion. Do not condemn yourself for moments of weakness. The strongest souls are those who cry and then choose to stand again. Even I wept before resurrection. There is a sacred future forming in silence for you right now. You cannot yet imagine its color, its scale, its harmony. But soon the threads of confusion will reveal pattern. You will see how even heartbreak was part of your preparation. And you will whisper, "So that's why." And heaven will answer, "Yes, because you were always meant to shine through brokenness, not beyond it." Now, as this message begins to rest upon your heart, I ask only one thing, not as command but as communion. If these words have stirred something alive in you, if your spirit feels lighter, if you sense truth resonating like a soft flame in your chest, then let your hands become testimony. Like this message as an offering of gratitude. Subscribe not to a man-made channel but as a symbol of your yes to light, your yes to the unfolding of faith. And in reverence comment Amen. Let that word be your signature in heaven's book tonight. Let it echo as your agreement with hope. For Amen is not just conclusion. It means so be it. It means I align with this truth. When you type it, heaven reads it as consent for blessings to begin. Angels move at the speed of your agreement. One whisper of Amen opens doors that effort cannot. Stay a moment more, beloved. Feel the calm that follows revelation. It is not absence, it is fulfillment. You are sitting in answered prayer now. Let that peace expand until it fills your breath, your thoughts, your day. Walk tomorrow with softer eyes. The same light that spoke to you here will continue to whisper through every ordinary thing. The sky, a stranger's kindness, your own quiet strength. And when night comes again and doubt tries to visit, remember this moment. Remember how truth felt, not like pressure but like peace. Remember that you are loved beyond reasoning, guarded beyond sight, destined beyond imagination. Heaven bends close to bless you now. May your path gleam with revelation. May your voice become a vessel for comfort. May your heart never forget that it carries eternity inside. Go forward in that knowing. You are light, you are chosen, you are free. Like, subscribe, and comment Amen, and let the heavens echo your yes.